Hello everyone. Today we are moving to the next part, the relevance of the past to present. So, is it really true that our present is being influenced by the past, or is it important to bring out their past values so that we can live a true life? This is the thing that you will be knowing today, and how it is important and how bad it can influence you if the old tradition come back. The answer is in this paragraph. The study of ancient past assumes significance context of problem we currently face. We know today we face challenges because of the modern tradition which are existing today. There are many things that we are forgetting. We are forgetting our old age values. We are moving toward the things which are forbidden in our religion, and we do it happily in the name of trend and fashion and modernization. Some people clamor, have a very strong belief for the restoration of the ancient culture and civilization. Why? Because of the today modernization that has been hampering the rigidity and the authenticity of the religion itself. And a substantial number are sentimentally swayed by what they consider to be past glories of India. We know past of India was a very glorious, taking to the very ancient to the very modern, where the Rajas, the Raj, Chakravartis were present, to the modern where the people in the war of 1857 died for the sake of their motherland. This is different concern from the preservation of the ancient heritage. So we should keep in mind that the preservation and bringing back the past glories are two different things. Preservation is not that rigid than bringing back anything. Our art and culture need to be preserved, but everything in our past need not to be reapplied in the current scenario. What they really want to bring back the old patterns of society and culture. Do you think it is a great idea to bring back our old values and patterns? This demand is clear and correct, understanding the past. And this demand need to be cleared because this is a thing that can bring back all the brutalities of the past that we have left behind. There is no doubt India of old made remarkable progress in the fields. India from the very ancient time was a very remarkable country in terms of art, architecture, agriculture, production of handicrafts, so on. But this remarkable progress doesn't mean that the past need to be repeated and bring back. But advances alone cannot enable us to compete with achievement. So this is the very important point of this chapter, that advances alone cannot enable us to compete with the achievement of modern science and technology. We are nothing without the current modern science and technology, and these advances are not enough reason to hamper all the traditional system that has been implied today in the terms of science and technology. We cannot ignore the fact that ancient Indian society was marked by the gross social injustice. In the very early Vedic period, we know when the social caste were very fluid and they were not any kind of rigid, there also the women didn't get the equality, and things got worse at the time of the later Vedic period when the social system became rigid. The one who is Shudra remained Shudra because they believed that the one should carry on what they are because in the base of their hereditary, and that was a cruel decision ever made. The social injustice was at its peaks. The lower orders, particularly Shudra and untouchable, were encumbered with disabilities shocking to the modern minds. And if these all things come back India is having a very hard time to become modernized again, because these have just encumbered, that is stratified the growth of India, and it is acted as a disability within the India, shocking to the modern mind. Similarly, law and custom discriminate women in the favor of men. Domestic violence would not be decreased in any case, but will be increasing. The right of education that women has got since after a very long time would be curved again. The restoration of old way of life will naturally revive and strengthen all these inequalities. The restoration of the old way of life revive and strengthen all these inequalities. The success of ancient is surmounting the difficulties presented by the nature and the human factor, and can build hope and confidence in the future. But any attempt to bring back the past will mean perpetuation of the social inequalities that afflicted India. It will made our nature to come back the social inequalities that has handicapped India since a very long time. So all these make it important or essential for us to understand what the past actually means. No doubt our past was glorious, but not in that instant that we can bring back everything that has been occurring in the past. We have many survival of ancient, medieval and the later time persisting in the present. The old norms, values and custom, ritualistic practice are so deeply ingrained in the mind of people that they cannot easily get rid of them. We know some of the earliest practices, like if we see the older generation, they are still stuck with the untouchability, the theory of worshipping a lot and lot of fasting, so much, and these have been imbibed in the mind of the people, and it is very hard to just curve away all these things. Unfortunately, these survival inhibit the development of an individual and a country. And yes, this survival inhibits the development of a country. Sometimes a very common example of women in a periods are not allowed to go to any temples, and this inhibits the growth of an individual. A mindset developed that we got away from the God when we are having that time of the month, which was deliberately fostered in colonial time. This is where we can praise the colonial government to just hit all the things away from us. The practice of sati, the widow remarriage system were only allowed and being applied by the British. India cannot develop rapidly unless such vestige of the past eradicated from its society. The caste system or the sectarianism, that is the strong belief and likeness towards a sector or a caste or a class, hinder the domestic integration and the development of India. Today also we are so much drawn into our favorite religion, our own caste, our own creed, that we dislike everybody, and this need to be eradicated from the society. The caste system and sectarian has really have handicapped our society, targeting our domestic integration and development of the nation. The caste barriers and prejudice do not allow even educated individuals to appreciate the dignity of manual labor and hamper the unification of the common cause. Today also we can see the prejudice. It means the belief of us that is not been uh, that verified legally, officially or scientifically, is believed to hamper the manual growth, hamper the unification of the common cause. Though women has been enfranchised, their old age subordination prevent them from playing due role in the society. This is true to the lower order of society, Studying ancient past helps us to deeply examine the root of these prejudices and discover the cause that sustained the caste system. Subordinate women, promote narrow religious sectarianism, the study of ancient India, and therefore relevant not only to those who are understand of the true nature of the past, but those who seek to understand the nature of obstacle hampering their progress and of the nation. So yes, the ancient past helped us so much to deeply examine the roots of these prejudices, discover the cause to sustain the caste system, promote narrow religion sectarianism, and therefore is not relevant today. Of course, we want to understand the true nature of the past, but we truly don't want to get that back. So it is a complete no to bring our past back because it served as an obstacle that has hampered Indian progress as a nation since a very long time. That's it. The chapter is completed. The chronology is the part which you need to self read. So, this is the officially end of the chapter. Thank you so much. Hope you liked it.